Hello everyone, MJ Hobby Corner here, and this is another MJ Hobby Corner game. And today I'm trying out Grim Dark Firefight again. This is my second game, and I'm trying to learn the game and learn about the different armies, so that when I play a two-player game, I'll be better able to, transfer the information to my opponent. I'm doing things a little different because I'm playing the Robot Legions today, and on the opposite side, for my AI opponent, there is the Battle Brothers. Okay, and they are my opponent now. So this is about 340 points, a skirmish game, and let's go over the board a little bit. So we have here in the center a ravine, and part of it has water and the rest is kind of dry. And here we have like a ruined building here, and it's a Robot Legion building. So that's basically what we're here for. We came to this planet to collect these objectives that you see on the table, and there are 3 of them. There's one there in the ruins, there's one here by the tree, and one under there by the wreckage of that craft. And that's a recent wreckage. That craft just went down, and that's why the Battle Brothers are here. And as soon as they noticed our presence, they of course decided to attack. So that's pretty much simple story, simple premise, and good practice game. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the AI in this game. I chose for the Battle Brothers, they're going to have the shooting AI, and reason being that their shooting weapons are stronger than anything that they have in melee hybrid units. So they'll have both shooting and melee weapons, but their melee weapons would be better. That would give me hybrid. Melee unit AI means that the units don't have any ranged weapons at all, and so they count strictly as melee units. And that's of course not the case with the Battle Brothers. So they could either be hybrid or shooting, but because the shooting is better, their shooting weapons are better, they have farther range, they're stronger, they're gonna go with the shooting AI. So yeah, I don't think it wouldn't be hybrid either. So I just wanted to go over that. Now for shooting, the decisions are, it will ask you a series of questions. There are 3 questions. Are there any objectives not under the AI's control? Yes or no. If yes, I go to step 2. If no, I go straight to step 3. So what's the difference between 2 and 3? In 2, if I advance, will any enemies be in shooting range? If I answer yes, then I advance towards the objective and shoot at my enemy if possible. If no, I rush towards the objective, and that's a 12-inch move. However, in 3, the difference is that instead of rushing or advancing towards the objective, I will advance towards my enemy and shoot, or rush towards my enemy. So that's basically the 3 major things that I have to keep track of when playing the AI. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about that because it's important in the game, you know. So I will probably be doing turn summaries. It's a lot easier for me to focus on the game that way, and it also makes for a shorter editing time, and that really helps. So I'll probably do turn summaries, and then in round 2, I'll switch on the camera and we'll do more complete filming of the rounds so that I can at least document a couple of rounds, you know, in full. Okay, so all right, now my deployment. We went over the objectives already. My guys are deployed on this edge. All right. Robot Legion. So I have a Technomancer, I have a warrior with a gauze carbine, and I have a warrior with a standard gauze rifle. Okay, and the carbine is attack 2, and AP1 12-inch range. Okay, so it's a shorter barrel, it's a shorter gun than the standard rifle. All right, so that's my first unit. Then I have an Annihilator. This bad boy here is an Annihilator, and that's a conversion, and I'm using it as my Annihilator for Robot Legions. And here I have an Eternal and 2 Warriors. Okay, so that's pretty much my little warband, and they are split into 3 small groups. On my opponent's side, and facing my Eternal group, is the Battle Brother Captain with Destroyer armor. Yeah, it's gonna stink. He also has a Storm Rifle, and then I have 2 Battle Brothers with him. Okay, and they each have an Assault Rifle. Group number 2, now this is the one I have to be careful for. There is a Support Brother with a Heavy Machine Gun, and then a Pathfinder with Assault Rifle, and another Battle Brother with Assault Rifle. So that's a tough little group. And here I have 2 Battle Brothers, one with Assault Rifle and one with Flamethrower. So another dangerous group. Flamethrowers are pretty powerful in this game, and I really like that. All right, so we are in a jungle setting. This is a backwater planet, and like I said, Legion, the Robot Legion, has come down to this planet, capture these artifacts that are on the board. And it's caught the attention of the Battle Brothers, and much of it thanks to the crash of that ship there. All right, which is still flaming a little bit. There you go, and that's just the tea light inside the cotton there. So, all right, let's start this game, and I'll do round 1 and just let you guys know how it went. Okay, and this is the end of round 1. An interesting round. Most of the units just moved forward, and the way I'm dealing with the Brother AI is you notice there were 3 little groups. I give them each a dice, so like 1 through 2, a dice range, 1 through 2, 3 to 4, 5 through 6, and then I roll that dice, and whatever that roll comes out, that's the group that I move. So that helps keeps things a little bit more random as well. And then as the groups move, then whoever's left, I just assign them the other numbers, right? So that they moved forward. So here, my Annihilator actually took a hit from the Heavy Machine Gun team there, and they did 2 wounds. So yeah, he took 2 wounds, and he is tough 3, mind you. So I don't have to roll on the wound table for him, but he's on the way there. So also he's within 3 inches of a marker, and there are no enemies around other than those who are too far away. So Legion gets a point. All right, and my Technomancer moved here to give some support. They fired the 2 Gauss rifles and the Gauss carbine. Well, the Gauss carbine couldn't fire, but the Gauss rifle fired, and the Battle Brothers saved the hit. These Battle Brothers, they rushed. The AI result gave them a rush move towards the objective, not towards the enemy. So they stopped at the rough ground and then moved the rest of the way down, and then that's it. They couldn't shoot or anything. But Battle Brothers also claim 1 point. So after round 1, it is Legion 1, Battle Brothers 1. Here, the captain moved. The captain and his 2 Battle Brothers, and trying to stay within cover as much as possible. They fired and destroyed one of my Legion warriors. Okay, and they couldn't get these guys down. They had a couple of hits, but they couldn't shoot at these guys because they are blocked. But they took down the warrior. There he is. That was here, and of course he failed his regeneration rolls, so he is out of the game. All right, that was round 1. Let's move on to round 2, and I finished the round first, so I get priority this turn. Okay, and this is close to the end of round 2, and only one unit of Battle Brothers has to move, and then one of my own units here, the one that's low, that took a casualty last round. But I need to document this because this was nuts. So the brothers, according to the AI, they advanced towards the objective, not towards the enemy. So they moved here, really, still keeping them within the 3 inches of the objective. There's the point that they were approximately. That's why I did that. Then, of course, they shoot. This guy has a flamer. This guy has an assault rifle. The flamer does 6 dice. So they did a devastating attack on my Technomancer unit. And basically, the result, the unit failed its regen rolls, the regeneration rolls, also a very poor defense roll. So it took out 2 of the warriors and then left 2 wounds on my Technomancer. He then rolls his wound check and fails the wound check. I mean, he rolled a 6 on the wound check. So that means that he is knocked out. So this entire unit has been wiped out with just that one attack. Okay, so that's why I left them there. So he is out of there, which means that I am now at 50% casualties, over 50%, right? Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So I'm at over 50% casualties, so I have to do a morale check for each of these units and see if they rout. Now, my Annihilator was attacked by them. He did a very nice defense, so he's okay, and he also regenerated the wound that he did take. He fired back and then took out one of these guys. Okay, and that's why I left that there. And that was the roll, the failed defense roll of the Battle Brothers. So that's why I left that there. Okay, so they took 2 wounds. 1 wound took out that Battle Brother, so 1 wound stays on him. Okay, and then he rolled his wound check, but he was fine. So he stays on the board. Okay, so the casualty rates are 4 Legion casualties, 2 Battle Brother casualties. So not good for me. Alright, so let me do this route test because this game could be over right now in round 2. So for the Annihilator, and this is a quality check, and if he fails, he is quality 3. If he fails, he routs. And he rolls a 2. So, Annihilator out. Yeah, I think this game is done. And those guys... Alright, now they passed theirs, but we're at way too low to, continue. So, I don't know. I should maybe just continue to the end, but they're going to have to roll a morale every round. So, alright, let's go with 2. Okay, and Battle Brothers score another point there, so that's 1. And another point here, so that's 2, plus the point that they had prior. That is 3 points, 3 victory points to 1 of mine. So that's going to be really tough to beat here at round 2. And I meant round 3, not round 2, round 3. So it is now round 3, 1 round away from ending the game, but it's probably going to end after this round. All right, let's see what happens. Legion, they finish first, so they go first. All right, so my Legion warriors, well, I have 1 Eternal, 1 warrior. They moved forward a bit, a 4-inch move because they're slow. And there is this Battle Brother over here that's in range. So they're both going to fire. And one of them has a Reaper rifle, which is the Eternal. And the other one has a standard Gauss rifle. So that's an attack of 1, AP 2. So I'm going to use a different color dice. And the gauze rifle is attack 1. And it also has rending. So if I roll a 6, I get to roll another attack. All right, so I'm going to do black for the Reaper rifle. And let's see. Quality 3, they both hit. No rending, however, which stinks. So that's 2 hits on the brother there. So he has 1 wound already. So he's going to accumulate another wound. So that's +3 on the wound check. Let's see if I can take him out. Come on. Anything over a 6. And he's out of there. So +3. Come on, a 3 or over. Oh, what a lucky son of a gun. Oh, man, he stays on the board with 3 wounds. What a lucky son of a gun. He turns around, of course. But let's see what happens. So that's pretty much the end of my activation. And I really think that this is going to be the end for me. All right, and the charge on my phone camera is going down. So they are activated. Let's see. All right, so 1 through 2, they activate. 3 to 4, he activates. 5 through 6, the captain activates. So I'm just going to roll a d6 and see what the result is as the game is nearing its end. I rolled a 3. Okay, so that's him right here. 3 to 4. Oh. Are there any objectives not under the AI's control? Yes, there is one. So I go to step 2. If I advance, will any enemies will be in shooting range? Yes. So advance towards the nearest objective and shoot if possible. So he is going to go 6 towards the nearest. Well, this is the nearest objective. Oh, that might actually... All right, now he's still in control of it, though, because he's 3 inches away. That puts him here. Carries little wounds. And, all right, hold on. Gonna check this. This is crucial. All right, and yes, he does have line of sight. I would give him -1 for cover. But, yeah, the one guy's definitely in the open, too. So, that's 3 dice for him. Oh, man. This is it, guys. This is it. What a beating. All right, so he hits on 3s, quality 3. He fires. And look at that, 2 6s. That means he is relentless. Every 6 that hits is an extra hit. And then if I roll any more 6s, then that's it. There's no extra hits after that. After this. So, 2 5s. Okay, so that's... This one misses. 4 hits. Okay, so 4 shots go through because they have different defense values. I'm just going to group the shots evenly between the 2. So white is the warrior, 2 is the eternal. And the eternal has a defense of 2+, and the warrior 3+. So... White dice need 3s, black dice 2s. Okay, so this one's saved. He's good, and 1 hit goes through. Alright, so that warrior needs a regen roll. He needs to roll a 5 or over. And he rolls a 3, he is out of there. And that's it. I'm just gonna end the game here. Only 1 guy left. So, wow, what a fight. That was nuts. Okay. Now, I'm curious. I'm going to roll the morale. Alright, because it is the end almost the end of the round. These guys would all move forward, probably towards the closest objective. And... which in this case would be this one. Crazy, crazy. Alright. So that means that end of round, so they still score 2 more. So brothers have, that was a total of 5? 5 to 1. I got slaughtered. Oh, all right, end of that. That ends the game. Here in round 3. Only lasted 3 rounds. All right, and there's the flaming ship. So it looks like the brothers managed to collect whatever it was needed to, and of course, at the same time, they took care of the Legion threat. All right, here are all the casualties. So that was an interesting game, very short, and I love that about one-page rules. You know, the fact that I can put a game together on the fly, and that's what this was. It was just putting the game together on the fly. I knew I wanted to roll some dice and get some fighting going, and that's exactly what I did. So I love that about this game, that it can be so short and just easy to handle. But a couple of things. First of all, I was facing a tough opponent. The Battle Brothers, we all know who they are inspired by, right? And they're a tough army. They're very shooty. They have weapons that can really make it difficult for Robo Legion. You know, especially like energy swords, close combat weapons, things like that Captain had, that could ignore the regeneration rolls. So it's a tough army. And then the flamer, and having the flamer unit against me and that machine gun unit, that's a very tough combination to beat, because I mean, the flamer has 6 dice, which is great. I love it. And the other one, the machine gunner, has these 3 dice, but then if you roll 6s, thanks to the relentless ability, every 6 is going to grant you an extra hit. And of course, you stop there. You don't keep adding hits, you know, even if you roll more 6s. So you only do that once. But still, it could really add up and cause a lot of hits. So Battle Brothers, very tough army to face. Now, Robo Legion, in my first impression, this is just first impression. There's still a lot to explore with this army. They're tough. They're shooty as well, right? They have good AP weapons, AP3, AP2, or AP1, right? And we know that AP, you subtract that number, the X number, you subtract that from the defense roll of the opponent. So AP3 is -3 for the opponent. So that's good. But I think, first of all, for those morale checks, and that's something that I forgot. I forgot that a lot of these guys, like the Annihilator, have Fearless. Okay? Fearless. Plus, he also has Tough 3, which helps a lot. Toughness is a great thing, right? Whatever that number is, you don't have to check wounds until you reach that number or over, right? So over 3 wounds, you start rolling on that wound check table. So that helps you. But, I forgot the Fearless mechanic, and at that point in the game, as I was looking at the video again, you know, it probably would have brought me a point or so, because I would have, maybe the Annihilator would have survived long enough in the next round, maybe, and that depends on the dice, to kill off that machine gunner, because he was already wounded. He was, you know, he had like 2 wounds on him. Forgetting those abilities like that will be detrimental. So that's something that I think that Robo Legions really depend on those kinds of things. So Fearless, Tough, you know, those kinds of things. And they have good range. Also spells. That's something that in the future I want to give my Technomancer some kind of spell, psychic ability that would help, right? And the special rules of the faction, which I haven't really tried yet, the special rules are rules for the faction, and it has a lot of cool abilities. So all those kinds of things will have to be factored in the next game. This is good to learn the basic core mechanics and how shooting and groups work and everything else. But to add more flavor, these special abilities are going to be important. And I think that Robo Legions, you know, they have quite a few that would really help. Okay. And so those are the things that I'll be changing in the next game. Again, this is just me kind of analyzing the game after it was over, looking over the video and everything, and seeing things. One of the things that really killed me was without using Fearless. If I you know, I played the Annihilator without Fearless, and that Annihilator just routed. That left that objective open, and of course that Battle Brother, the machine gunner, he stayed in the area because of the AI. The AI kind of will also influence, you know, what happens, and that's very. It depends on your perspective, because you're kind of looking at it and judging it yourself, right, on the tabletop, and you're trying to make the best decision for the opponent to challenge yourself. That's the thing about AIs, right? So yeah, it's very tricky in that sense. I have a couple of replacement names for some of the Robo Legion units just to fit my collection, and I'll name those some other time, maybe next game. So we are going to continue this game, and I'm doing this so that I can get better at it, and then show Julie, bring her into the fold, and then we can try player versus player. That's going to be very different. But still, it was a great game. It was fun, despite some of the shortcomings and some of the abilities that should have been played that weren't played, that kind of thing. You know, it was a great game. You know, I loved it. I loved the quickness of it, you know. So, all right, folks. So hopefully you like this, and we're going to continue with Grimdark. Going to continue hitting it, and next time hopefully have some more, test out some of the other armies, but also learn this army. I really want to learn Robot Legions, you know, continue with them. I think they have a lot of potential. They're a good army, but so is the Battle Brothers. I like them too. So, all right, folks, we'll talk soon. Thank you very much. And this has been a little post-game talk, and see you in the next game. Have a good one.